Wednesday, June 13th, 2018. This is JournalTV and I'm Jerry Clark. It's time for the news. Few showed up to hear about a proposed $4.3 million dam upgrade project in Clifton Forge last night. But Boyd Howard of Gannett Fleming still put on an impressive 40-minute presentation on it anyway. Listen.
So again, a high hazard potential dam is one where failure would cause a probable loss of life or serious economic damage. And you can certainly see with the dam situated in a narrow valley just upstream of town center how you definitely have that potential. The budget includes an entire refacing, but when we get up there and have cleaner access to the entire surface and can begin pecking away at it, the typical process is to determine mutually between the contractor and the engineer and the owner, here's how much we think really requires repair. We originally had estimated that particular task at a fairly low unit price per square foot. While we were doing the final design, we have basically that same detail on a couple of other projects. One of my other jobs for the DCR, it's one of the state park dams, where we did that work, and another project out in Ohio. And the bids came in much higher than we had been seeing previously. So while we expanded that area of work, both the area went up and the unit price went way up. And that's one of the reasons we're looking at it much more critically now, saying, well, maybe we can get by without. Some of that's more cosmetic.
In a surprising outcome, the Covington City Council approved Erica Hunter and Tanya Jones to the two open positions on the Covington School Board, essentially removing incumbent board chair Cindy Bennett on Tuesday. Listen.
3 votes or majority vote for Ms. Erica Hunter, and 3 votes majority vote for Tanya Jones.
Enjoy thoroughly serving the students and the staff as well as the Covington community within the years that I've served for the 6 years. And I thank everyone who supported our school system, and I want to thank our board members that have worked very closely with me to accomplish many different things over the years. And I think we've been very successful for the school system. And I wish Ms. Hunter and Ms. Jones all the best. I hope that turns out well for them and they're able to serve our school system very well.
Construction crews were hoisting into place huge fuel tanks at the future Love's Travel Center site today in Low Moor. Construction may be finished by the end of December. And now a word from our sponsor.
The Woodlands Health and Rehab Center is the right choice for rehab at home. Our therapy department, with the assistance of our experienced clinical team, will transition you home quickly and safely. The Woodlands Health and Rehab Center, living made better.
The Jackson River Technical Center Board heard Tuesday that star student welder Hannah Wolf would be able to compete in a national competition after all, but in a different category from that which she originally should have been. Secondly, the board approved 2 new positions. Watch.
Position for our nurse aid instructor position, I'm asking that John L. Cantrell be approved to fill that position. And for our custodial position, I'm asking that Dylan Fisher be approved to fill that position for this coming year.
The Clifton Forge Parks and Trails Committee heard about plans to create a new bike lane on Ridgeway Street, extending all the way into Alleghany County. But some parking places will be eliminated in the process. Watch.
Actually, we'll start with a bicycle path or trail beginning at Roxbury and traveling through the downtown. And then when you get to the town limits, which is the end of the bridge, and it becomes a county project, but it will all be done in one grant cycle. They will be doing what they call a road diet. Remember we had that discussion with the VDOT guy, reducing the number of lanes in order to create both the sidewalk as well as a bicycle walking lane. And there's some improvements noted both on the north side as well as the south side in order to improve safety. Some parking spaces painted out on the north side of Ridgeway, but only about 4 or 5 people have taken advantage of those. Years ago, there were only parking spaces on the south side, and so people got used to, I guess, walking across the street from over by the CSX property to get to their houses on Ridgeway. Creating that bicycle path will in fact eliminate most of those parking spaces, but we don't see that as an issue, and we've got several years to work on that.
Covington Vice Mayor David Crozier suggested to the City Council that political party primaries were very costly and that turnout is low. He suggested that a way should be found to assess the cost of primaries to the parties involved.
Like I said, there's nothing we can do legally tonight about it, but it's a huge expense that we're having to incur for that. And if they want that primary, then they should be the one picking up the tab.
And we'll be right back. Let's take a look at some upcoming events. And now for local obituaries. Kathleen Brooks, 57 of Lewisburg, died on Saturday. Her funeral was held earlier today in Lewisburg. Eunice Jones of Natural Bridge died last Saturday. Memorial service was held today in Lexington. Otsy Humphreys, 58 of Selma, died on Tuesday. A graveside service is set Thursday at Lyles Chapel Cemetery in Millboro. Grace Gomez, 67 of Hot Springs, died last Friday. A funeral service was held earlier today in Hot Springs. Carolyn Sensabaugh, 53 of Fairfield, died last Friday. Her funeral was held earlier today at the Harrison Funeral Chapel. Ray Eric Correa, 66 of Lexington, died June 5th. A Mass of Christian burial is set Friday, June 29th at St. Patrick's Catholic Church in Lexington. And Robert Raines, 87 of Covington, died Tuesday. A graveside service is set Friday at the Alleghany Memorial Park. Let's check out the local weather forecast. On Thursday, it should be partly cloudy, high of 86 and a low of 57. On Friday, mostly sunny, high of 86 and a low of 64. And on Saturday, partly cloudy, high of 87 and a low of 68 degrees. And that's the way it is on Wednesday, June 13th, 2018. More stories, photos, videos, and interviews are available 24/7, 365 on AlleganyJournal.com, YouTube, and on our soaring Facebook page. The Journal just exceeded 7,500 followers on Facebook. Thank you very much for your support.